with dimension stuff. Okay, so I hope that kind of explains. It kind of explains paranormal phenomenon. It explains the clairvoyance, the sight, the second sight, or however you want to whatever you want to call that. I believe it has to do with, again, the ley lines and seeing into the future and stuff. What about parallel universes? Do you think they exist? I think they say we exist in other universes. And if we met our other person in another universe, we would instantly die, like seeing your doppelganger. Um, and there's four weird clues that show that parallel universe exists. Okay, and the possibility of this parallel universe first arrived with Hugh Everett in 1957. Not long after, Sulla Bryce DeWitt renamed Everett's theory and introduced it to the masses, bringing us the popular term of many worlds interpretation. I never heard that in my life. So, parallel universes, yes, I have heard, but not many world interpretation. I've never heard that. But anyway, there are others, each attempting to solve the quantum measurement problem. In this case, Everett's formulation. These includes the many minds and many histories. Interpretations of interpretations. Yeah, it gets kind of messy there. Yeah. But for now, any thoughts of dimension hopping adventures and interacting with parallel universes are just not possible. Really, you don't think so? Yeah, I think they do. Um, let's take a look at some of the weirdest clues that maybe we're living in one of the many worlds. Of course, the first one, what comes to mind first when you talk about parallel universes? You're talking about ghosts and paranormal activity. That's a whole different parallel universe there. Beyond ghostly photographs, so many of these sightings could have even more exotic explanation. Parallel worlds bleeding into one another. A ghost, a specter, the haunting visage of the deceased. Perhaps this person is alive and well in another world, and you've just caught a glimpse into their universe. Or perhaps this particular universe is the realm of the dead itself. We don't know, but it very well could be. Deja vu is another one of the strange phenomena of the mind. Deja vu in particular is the uncanny sensation you've experienced something before, that an event is repeating itself. With deja vu, you may even feel you know what's going to happen next. Is a term that popped up during the John saga, Tidor saga, to describe when someone remembers their world line differently. Conflicting memories. Something changed about the world they live in. Marty McFly, at the end of Back to the Future. He'd remember the name of the mall as Twin Pines, but due to his time travel, it's changed to Lone Pine Mall. So, yeah, okay, he remembers both realities. Could this be also known as reincarnation? I don't know. It's possible that deja vu are memories from another version of ourselves in other universes, or that alter views are truly memories from altered world lines. Excuse me, so there you go. Dreams in parallel universes. Is sleep a little slice of death? Then what are dreams? Some dreams we remember, most we don't. I don't, unfortunately. I take Ambien because I have insomnia. So more I don't dream, which is not a good thing. You're supposed to dream. That's supposed to release your stress and everything when you dream. I don't dream, so yeah, I don't know how that's going to turn out. But anyway, some dreams we remember, some we don't. And while the mechanism for dreaming is fairly understood, we don't know their true purpose, if there is one. A glimpse into the unconscious mind, a way to sort out information, or could they be windows into another world? Believe it or not, there have been a few cases of individuals who claim to belong to another world or whose origins otherwise could not be traced. Consider these two stories. One, Lorena Garcia. who woke up one day in a world, our world, that did not belong to her. According to the story, as her day progressed, she continued to notice small changes, little things that were just off to her. But there were big things too. And I'm reading now, I quote. So I went to work in my car, which was parked where I'd always parked. And it was the same office I'd worked in for the last 20 years. But when I got to my department, it wasn't my department. It has names on the door and mine wasn't on it. I thought I was on the wrong floor, but no, it was my own floor. I went over to the office's wireless section and looked myself up. I still work there, but in another department, reporting to a superior I didn't even know. The second story. A strange man who arrived in Tokyo in 1954 with a passport from a country that doesn't exist called Taured. Japanese customs officials detained the man, but his passport was not fake. It had the proper stamps, was issued by the country of Taured, and even included Japanese stamps from a previous visit. The man swore that Taured was a European country that has existed for 1,000 years. And he also had other papers, such as bank statements, and with the country's name on them. After several hours, customs officials eventually placed the man in the hotel with security to ensure he did not leave while they checked things out. The next morning he was gone, no trace. A manhunt ensued, but there was no point. He had simply vanished. But you work with what you have, right? So what do you think? So do parallel universes exist? The clues I just stated are some possibilities. The universe is a strange place. So what do you believe? What do you believe? I totally believe. How about other dimensional beings, extraterrestrial and extra-dimensional beings? Could those, we tend to think aliens are coming from somewhere in our universe. What if they're traveling from another dimension? The fact that most extraterrestrial beings visiting our planet are extra-dimensional in nature. But maybe they're limited to such travel. I mean, why not? Why not, right? Anything is possible. Could be aliens or other beings. Maybe they're not traveling from our universe. Maybe there's a parallel universe. I believe there are parallel dimensions, parallel universes. Why not? Are we, everybody, a lot of people seem to believe that, like we're the only human beings in the universe, anywhere, galaxies, whatever. How arrogant are we to believe that we are the only beings, living beings, in this whole universe, in the whole galaxy, in the whole solar system, the whole everything. Are we that arrogant to believe that? I don't believe that. I believe there are parallel universes. Those two stories, how could you make something like that up? How could you, if the passport said that, why wouldn't it, but there's no record, there was no such country. But there was, but not in this dimension, so not in this universe. That would be kind of creepy to wake up one day and your work is still there, but you're not in the same place. That'd be really disorienting and creepy. That's just something else. But I do. I believe there is parallel universes. There's supposed to be evidence of this. The idea in comic books and movies, Star Trek, all these types of shows, I think that's based more. I don't know if it's as far fetched as you think. You know what I'm saying? So, around, like, say, 13 billion years ago, simply speaking, everything we know of in the cosmos was singularity. Then, according to the Big Bang Theory, some unknown trigger caused it to expand and expand into three-dimensional space. As the immense energy of this expansion cooled, light began to show through. Small particles began to form into larger pieces of matter, such as galaxy stars and planets. One big question with this theory is, are we the only universe out there? With our current technology, we are limited, absolutely limited. Because the universe is curved and we are inside the fishbowl, unable to see outside of it. There are at least 5 theories as to why a multiverse is possible. One theory is that the shape of space-time is flat and goes on forever. This would prevent the possibility of many universes being out there. It's possible that universes can start repeating themselves. Particles can only be put together in so many ways. So think about that. There's just so many theories about multi-universes out there. If you follow the laws of probability, that for every outcome that could come from one of your decisions, there would be a range of universes, each of which saw an outcome, one of the outcomes. So, let's say if we make a decision to go to the store, okay, in one of the other universes, we didn't go because we just didn't feel like it. In another universe, okay, we went, but we also stopped somewhere else. Okay, there's just a multiple of in each universe, a different decision would be made, and the outcome in each one. So, space, as far as we know, goes on forever. We can't tell how big it is. Can anybody? I don't think so. We're going to be getting into more of the movies and TV shows. I think next week we're going to get into like Star Trek. Quantum Leap is one. Stargate. Where did these ideas come from? The Thing. That's an alien thing. There's so many movies and some of the people involved with it, such as, George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, James Cameron, all these people. So I think we discussed portals quite extensively. I want to know out there what you guys believe, though. I really do. Anything is possible. But I don't believe we should be complacent that we are the only ones anywhere. That idea, if you think about it, it's kind of creepy that we'd be the only sole ones living. We may never know what's out there unless something comes forward. Look at the technology leaps that have been made, say, in the past 50 years. Could we have come that far without a little help from somewhere else? I'm not sure. Because all of a sudden the technology will go leaps and bounds. Why? I don't know. Sometimes I think there's a cure for some things out there, but we're not to know it yet for whatever reason. There are, there's so many possibilities out there. Can you imagine meeting yourself in another universe? That's kind of freaky. Like Marty McFly, and meeting his mom back in the future. That was crazy. But where did that come from? Did these people just pull it out of their butts? I don't think so. These ideas came from somewhere, okay? Science fiction is a genre for a reason. It just didn't pop up out of nowhere. There's a basis behind all of it. we could go. Ike he needs to do his conspiracy theory.